What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy, aka CJ. Yes, sir. Let's go ahead and get right back into it, man. I am currently recording this video at 1 a.m., so I don't know why I have so much energy. But I'm recording extra videos tonight, all in one sitting. So if you see me wearing the same shirt in different videos, mind your business, my man. And today I want to get into something that I want to go ahead and talk to free-to-play or new characters about. These are just some mistakes that I made when I was first playing. So let me go ahead and hop right into it and let you know what am I talking about. So I did make these mistakes on my storm, so I can't really show you what I'm talking about, right? But I will go ahead and open and see if I have it on my Spider-Man. Do I have them? Okay, so every time you finish a region, right, you're going to get a helmet or a headpiece, right? Each of these headpieces will resemble each region that you have beat. We call these regional gear. Now, each regional gear is synonymous with a certain skill or a certain build that you're working with. For Spider-Man, some people say it's a car, right? Because it helps him with his dodge rate and his web shooter class, which is his best skill. Basically his go-to move is bread and butter. So each of these regional pieces are very important. So whatever you do, don't unlock these and then crunch them to make higher gear. As much tempting as it can be, because I did it. I'm pretty stupid, so just don't make that same decision that I made. Another thing, you will get cards as well. Let me open up my card space. As you can see, right, you see some rares here and there. If you see a rare, do not be afraid to unlock that and crunch that rare card, right? Because not every rare card is good, even though it says rare, it's just because it's part of a stat. Like for example, this card right here, nobody really needs this card unless if like maybe you play Captain America. So if you play Captain America, it's a good card, but just don't hang on to a rare card just because. Not even all sets are even good anyways. So again, don't be afraid to go ahead and unlock that and crunch it. That's two whole different things. Another thing, we have this thing called a core system in the game. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Don't re-roll it. It's a hack. It's a scam. It's a whole sham, man. You can literally get in here, be strong with a certain core, try to re-roll it to get a stronger core, and you can end up weaker. So if you ask me, just go ahead, just grind your way for the 3 and 4 stars. Don't even they're gonna send you over to this core synthesizer, man. Don't even touch it. So they go ahead and rock out. You're gonna be much better just saving your conversion for going ahead and over there to your uniforms and go ahead and just upgrade those, man. You're much better. If I were you, you got some booty cores, just go ahead and throw them into the particle, man. Feed them into this right here, man. All right. That's all I'm saying. Another tip that I do have for some free-to-play new players if they come in here, understand that there's other mobile games where gold isn't that much of a problem. But I will let you know now, gold in this game it's kind of difficult to come by. Not as difficult as it once was, but it still is. So be sparing when you upgrade things like your skills, because skills do cost a lot. The problem I had when I first started, just because I wanted to get rid of these red dots right here, I just spent gold to get ahead and get them away. But you don't want to do that, because gold can go away just like that, and you never know. So my best advice is, we understand no one likes seeing these red dots, but you're just gonna have to get through it, and that's just something that we all have to live with. Just don't let them get to them. That's just how they try to get to you. Another thing is, when you do your dailies, right? So something about your most wanteds. Just remember that this is an MMO game. You can always ask someone to help you to do it. There's been countless times where I see a lone wolf character person. You know, you never see them in world chat or anything like that. You can tell they're new, or you can at least tell, like, you know, they're free to play. And I see them trying to fight a most wanted boss by themselves, and I see them struggling. Not on this character, on my Storm, because of course she's stronger. I usually just come through and help, right? So all I'm saying is, as a new player, as a free to play player, do not be afraid to hop in your local chat, because you just never your location chat, because you just never know who's there. So just go ahead and ask for help. It just save you the frustration. Trust me, it will. And if you do get past squad rank 30, you go ahead and hop in the world chat. The world chat, definitely. If you have a prime that you maybe want to fight, like a Loki, just say, "Hey, Loki, channel 1 or 2." You're gonna get an abundance of, you know, in-game players to come help you out. That's probably the biggest thing I want you guys to know. This is an MMO game that has a very nice social aspect to it. It's nonstop. World chat is popping nonstop. It can be toxic, but it can also be your friend as well. So don't be afraid to get yourself out there, communicate, get into an alliance. And now also, this is gonna harp back to my next tip for you guys. Try to find a very good alliance, because a bad alliance can definitely ruin your experience here, right? Like for me, I am an alliance leader. I only have 35 out of 38 people. We had to actually just get rid of some people because they've been having family problems. You know, some people just want to quit. You know, things like that. So you know, if you're in an alliance and they just constantly have people gone for multiple days, the leader's not communicating, it's going to be hard to get things done. Like, you're going to miss out at least every week. You're going to at least miss out on 100k gold, right? Because you're not going to be able to do anything with your alliance members. So just go ahead, get social, get active if you can, because that 100 gold is going to stack up. I promise you it will. Some other things that I want you guys to do, or not do, I should say. So there's a workshop bench over here. They say this is a place where you can get regional gear. But here's the thing. It's very, very low drop rates. If I were you, don't touch it. Don't even think about it. If you coming over here to form one of these, which I do recommend. This is definitely gonna come later. I do recommend getting these, or going ahead and switching out some cores for your specialists. So just keep in mind on that one. Now here goes another mistake that I do see people making. As terms of that workshop bench that I told you. Don't be afraid, or don't forget to use your enhancers. Okay, these right here, these are your best friends. I promise you, no one is too skilled enough to not use them. You're gonna go through unless if you want to wait days to progress through a story mode. You're definitely gonna fight bosses where you're just like extremely underpowered. It's gonna happen. So go ahead and pop these boosts as much as you can. We recommend doing mid grade. Sorry. Oh my goodness. Whew. Okay. We definitely gonna recommend you to maybe use your mid grade all the way up until you get to a boss called the Fae, and then every boss fight you might want to try to pop your high grades, because those are definitely going to get to it. So like I said, just go ahead, use them. They're there for a reason. Don't be afraid to use them. Don't forget that they're there. They're a big staple. Now here's another thing. The last one that I have for you guys is, you gotta know what you want to be in this game. What I mean by that is, as an MMO, this game, it might basically deal on damage, but I assure you, if you don't know what your role is in this game, your builds are going to be very sporadic. You're probably not going to perform as well as you want to. Like for an example, I know Doctor Strange is out there who try to mix their support and their damage in one, but they're not doing that much damage and they're not doing that much supporting. So they're kind of just there, just being sort of, I don't want to say a half-ass, but like they're kind of trying to have the best of both worlds. And unless if there's some type of special gear that comes out that allows you to boost both skills, you know what I mean? It's not going to do much, right? So let's say I come out here. My storm right now is basically simply dealing with AoE and pure damage. That's what my storm is basically geared to. But let's say that I come in here, right? I got Weather Witch on. I have my Atmosphere Ball on. But let's go ahead and we're going to take this off. I'm going to take this off. I'm going to go ahead and throw in the chill damage. And I want to, let's say, now I want to help out some friends of mine and myself. So now I'm going to throw this support on. Well, now you're not doing as much damage as you would if you would have had your skill, your shot classes on. And then on top of that, now I'm using a CC skill that's supposed to freeze people in place and keep them locked. But if I'm already using this skill right here, it's kind of going to interfere with each other, because if my understanding is correct, when you try to stack them, it's very hard to stack the shock and the freeze at the same time, which I really think they should fix that. But until now, it's hard to stack them. So once you throw this out, and then you go ahead and throw this out, it's kind of going to counter set each other. You're just not going to get the effect that you want. It's not going to be fun. It's going to, like, usually you can feel the decreased attack when the shock stacks, but when it doesn't, you definitely can feel the damage. So again, just take it for what it is. Just know what you want to be, okay? You want to know what you want to excel at, right? So if you pick Spider-Man, he's good for PvE, but he's majority of a PvP character, right? So if you want to be PvP, then yeah, go ahead and take your Spider-Man, build him up, get the dodge that you need, right? But you don't want to pick Spider-Man thinking strictly PvE, right? And you try to give him some PvP build, but you use that same PvP build for PvE, and now you're frustrated that he's not working that good in PvE. That's a problem that I had with my Storm at first starting out, because I try to give her the best of both worlds, right? I wanted to keep her still shock, but mainly my builds focused on PvP damage increase and PvP damage decrease, along with some shock in there. I really had no defensive pierce, and I had no supervillain damage at all. Well, I played PvP. I didn't have PvP skills on because the skills that I was using was really good for PvE. So then I just wasn't doing as good. Even when I was going through story mode, when I was fighting bosses, it didn't feel right. She felt pretty weak from when I was used to really seeing from other Storm players. And then on top of that, I was going into PvP, and since I never changed my skills, I was still getting smacked up in there because I was using PvE skills. So once I was decided, maybe I'm going to go all PvE in on it, I went ahead and took off most of my cards that had the PvP stuff on it, switched some things around, got more defensive pierce, got some more supervillain damage on me, and I just went ahead and doubled up on my shock damage, and now I feel like my Storm is an absolute animal in PvE. I help people solo Dormammu's and Sakaar, just dropping 14 million damage, 18, helping them out. I get told thank you. I got some members that say, oh, talk about carry, things like that. So, like I said, man, me personally, and this right here, this is a bonus. This is a bonus round for the new characters, not so much of the free-to-play characters. Don't listen to people who have tier lists, okay? Every character in this game plays a purpose. The only reason I'm going to say what I'm going to say is because this character, his name is Star-Lord. You can definitely say he's the worst character, But the thing that is about Star-Lord, what makes him the worst is he utilizes in a support, like a kind of a damage support CCF kind of character, right? But the difference with that is we already have Doctor Strange and Storm, whereas Storm can go ahead and give you the CCF and also have way more damage. And then you have Doctor Strange, who can give you defensive pierce on everyone. You know, on top of that, he has his own CCF. Don't get me wrong, Star-Lord, he has his flame that the more he stacks it, it gives him a decreased debuff, a decreased defense, one of those. Give people do extra damage. Like, that's cool. But it's just not enough. So you can play with any of these characters if you like. You're definitely going to have troubles with some starting out. Like I said, Star-Lord. But every character serves a purpose. Even Captain America, he doesn't do the most damage right now. He's very tanky. And again, he has a support shield that everybody loves. Like when people, I guarantee you, you might not do the most damage. You might not blow bosses away. But if you have a pretty stacked out Captain America, I'm positive like 1.3 million wolves are gonna really run with a 700k Captain America because of the shield and your guard break and how high its guard break is. So just find your avenue, man. Don't try to do too many things at once. Just focus on one thing that you want to. All right. If you have anything else you want to tips about, any else ideas, just go ahead and leave a comment at the bottom of the video, and go ahead and smash the like button and subscribe if you're liking it. Peace.